All right, cool. Well, I fired up the recording, and I appreciate you being here. Why don't you just introduce yourself to everyone and let them know who you are and what you do?
Well, my name is Paul Tufts, and I live in Vancouver, Canada, and I've been living here for quite a while. I'm relatively new to the SEO world. I would have gone full time. I guess when I started with you, I was still doing part time, which would have been back February, March of 2014.
Okay.
And I was just getting started. I remember I had my first client for $500, a buddy of mine, and I took
Nice.
him on, and I didn't really have a clue what to do,
Yeah.
but I figured I'd just go forward and figure it out as I went.
Hmm.
But my background has always been more or less in business. I would be what you call a serial entrepreneur. I don't have a lot of fear of really anything. I'm an extreme athlete. I like to do crazy things and surf waves and snowboard and wherever I can. I like the thrill
Awesome.
of I like the thrill of the unknown, if you will.
Hmm.
But I have a business degree, and I've owned a number of traditional bricks and mortars type businesses. And the last one that I had for about 10 years, at a couple $1 million in sales, 25 employees, and I was doing teak decks for super yachts.
Oh, wow. That's a
Yeah, so
niche.
it was a really good niche, and got to travel all over the world and hang out on big boats, and it
Yeah.
was awesome. And then '08 came through, and really wiped out the yacht industry, and I hung in there for probably 4 years after that, and then ended up having to suffer. First time I've ever had it, a business bankruptcy,
Ouch.
and so I was put in a position where I had to consider other options. And at that point, I just took myself and my family, and we went to Spain for a year, and just tried to hang out and experience a different culture. And then one way or another, I sort of stumbled across internet marketing, looking into that.
Hmm.
I had some experience with MLM in the past. I had actually made quite a bit of money in that. So I
Oh,
thought,
really?
yeah, I'd made a ton of money,
Oh, nice.
10, 20,000 a month back in early 90s
Cool.
in that business. And I thought I'd give that another shot.
Hmm.
And I realized that it's a different beast these days, and
Yeah.
it's a dead horse. It's been flogged so many times by people. But I learned in that something I'd never heard of before, which was attraction marketing.
Hmm.
And so I started doing a whole bunch of YouTube videos, and then I heard the word backlink for the first time, and ranking a video, and these things all seemed sort of strange. But I just jumped in, made myself, I don't know, 75, 80 videos,
Hmm.
and did blogs and all that kind of stuff. And make a long story short, I didn't get anywhere in that.
Okay.
But through the process, I heard the term client SEO.
Gotcha.
I stumbled across SourceWave with Alex Becker.
Hmm.
And I just went to his site, and I was just completely blown away with what he was saying.
Yeah.
Here was a niche that had a relatively low barrier to entry, but at the same time, it had a super high income potential.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I've been in business now. I'm 55. I do not see that situation present in many industries. It
Yeah.
just doesn't exist.
Hmm.
If it's that easy to get into, there's tons of people doing it.
Right.
Whereas in the SEO, the digital marketing field, it just didn't seem to be the case. So, finances were extremely low at the time, and I just basically started to read everything I could about SEO.
So were you in a transition phase at this time from just going bankrupt to
Yeah,
you needed to make something work like right away?
absolutely. Yeah, no,
Okay.
I was in a position with my family and house and all that kind of stuff that I got to find a way to get a job.
Yeah.
Once I got back from Spain, I discovered the SEO world. I was looking into it. I was studying it, and then I got back here. I was 54, and when you've run your own company, you've been an entrepreneur, you've been a boss your whole life. It's pretty tough to work for someone else.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't want to do that.
But I did it. I just went out there, and believe it or not, I sold cars. I'd never sold cars in my life. It was,
Yeah.
a bit of a low point. But if someone's in a transition situation, you're looking to get a new direction in your life. You just got to get out there and do it.
Yeah.
You've got to do something, and then
Even if
you
it means
know,
saving up money to start your new business, you know?
well, that, yeah, no, I mean, I just didn't have it.
Yeah.
I just didn't have it at all. And ended up doing that for a very, very short amount of time. And then I just, I sold cars. I sold 4 in the first week. I'd never sold cars, but I
Oh,
hated it.
nice.
I
Yeah.
just hated the business.
Was it good training though for as far as you could apply the stuff you used like for selling cars to selling SEO services later on?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I knew enough about how to do a video. I knew how to rank a video, but
Hmm.
the people at this place, they just weren't interested in learning anything.
Yeah.
Then I ended up getting a job for I was a sales manager for a company that sold legal services, and this company was selling, or they were spending $25,000 a month in AdWords,
Okay.
and it was just ridiculous. And
Yeah.
I'm telling this guy, hey, look, well, I can do this organically for you. Oh, no, 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 we don't do that. And making a long story short, I ended up quitting that. And my first goal with SEO, from what I had learned at SourceWave, I hadn't spent any money on training. First money I spent was on you,
Hmm.
on a $1,000 course. And I remember when you were telling me that you could get a client that would spend you $1,000 a month
Yeah.
just to have a site ranked, and then once it was ranked, you didn't have to do anything. I mean, that blew my mind.
Yeah.
It really did. And all I was thinking of is, well, how can I replace my income from this sales manager position, which realistic wasn't a lot. It was maybe $5,000 a month.
Hmm.
It's not much for me, but it was enough to pay the bills. And so, when I took your course, it all seemed very foreign in the beginning.
Yeah.
What is this? And what's a PBN? What's a link? What's a good link? What's a bad link?
Yeah.
There was just sort of a bit of an overwhelm of what to do and what to target and how to go through it. And,
Hmm.
your course was helpful to me. It helped open up, a way to impact other people's businesses in a very, very positive way.
How long did it take you to get up and running, would you say?
I would say, well, when I started, I was $500 a month with my first client.
Hmm.
And then I ended up getting a couple of referral clients, one from my brother, one from my best friend.
Nice.
They were each $1,500 a month accounts.
Nice. That's
And
awesome.
then I took on this mortgage company. I think I told you about that.
Yeah.
They hired me as their SEO guy, and I'd never done it before.
Yeah. I
Now, I
remember
didn't
that.
tell them that.
Hmm.
But I just went in. I figured I knew the stuff from your course, and I had the free stuff from Becker, and I had no idea really what a PBN was. I'd heard about it. I'd even bought a few domains for $10 each, and they were just sitting there.
Yeah.
And then I started to apply some of that to using my first PBN against a client here in Vancouver that did organic fruit powders.
Okay.
And I had an article spinner, and I didn't really know what was working, but next thing I knew, a few weeks later, he was ranked #1 for organic vegetable powders
Awesome.
for
That's
Canada. Great. And I thought, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And so I still kept going, of 2 hours a day on studying, and then 6 to 8 hours a day of actually doing work.
Hmm.
And so, I mean, it really only took me maybe 60 days to match my full-time income.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, 60 days, and that was with just referrals. Just, my first customer that I had, I just went to them and I said, hey, let me do your SEO for free.
Hmm.
So all I want is a LinkedIn referral.
Yeah.
And who's going to argue with that?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, everyone's going to say yes to that. I knew I needed to have some kind of a result to get somebody to pay me. And then from there, the client that I had for the mortgage broker, within 6 months, I had them up to where they were getting almost 10,000 a month worth of organic traffic from SEMrush.
Wow.
So I ended up taking their $1,500 a month, and I cranked them up to $3,500 a month.
Wow.
Because they had 20, 25 #1 listings, and so how could they argue with that? I mean,
Yeah.
I owned
awesome.
the links, so they paid me that, and then I ended up getting some more. So I guess at the 1 year mark in the business, I was at I taken my income from $500 a month to $15,000 a month.
Awesome. And that's recurring, right?
Yeah, recurring. Yeah, within the
Awesome.
1 year mark.
Now, how much maintenance are you actually doing on this 15,000? Like for someone new starting off, and they're thinking, do I need to go out and get employees? And am I going to be running, a huge business? Like realistically, how much maintenance are you doing to maintain that income?
Well, right now I'm probably a little bit over 20, and so that would be 15 clients.
Okay.
And the highest ranking client is at 3,500, and I still have the clients that I got when I was doing the stuff with you.
Awesome.
I still had 5 clients at $400 or $500 a month. I don't have the, they were with me in the beginning. I'm not going to just tell them to get lost.
Right.
But with
Yeah.
those guys, what do I do every month? Not much.
I have so many clients like that too, where it's like it's $500 a month, but I haven't touched them in like a year,
No, I
or
don't even
years, sometimes even longer.
I don't even talk to these people.
Yeah.
I've got them on a recurring PayPal. I've got them ranked in the top, at least page 1, typically in the first 3 listings for some keyword that they're happy with.
Yeah.
I don't do the blog. I don't do anything like that, but I do watch over their account. I make sure that their links are indexed. I make sure that
Yeah.
they're in the right position. If they fall down, if I've got refrigerated delivery Vancouver's one of my keywords, and he slipped down to number 3 last month.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went and fired another 2 or 3 links at him. He's back at number 1. It may be another 3 or 4 months before I do much with him. With my clients in the $3,000 range, I've got another client at $3,000. I don't think I do more than 10 hours a month.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
On that. I would say total. Really, it's not an overwhelming daily amount. I work just myself. I don't have any VAs.
Okay.
I don't have an office. I don't have much overhead. So if I'm in the 200,000 plus range, 250 zone, I'd say 80% of that goes into your pocket.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I
mean, that should give someone new coming into this, what's realistic. 15 clients, you're not hiring anyone. You don't have any, building, office overhead.
No.
I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you really don't need to. You're working. Are you just working in your own backyard, or are you going out and targeting the United States, or targeting the UK, or what kind of areas are you targeting?
Yeah, I mean, most of my business was really came from referrals.
Okay, so most likely in your area then.
I think the easiest thing for anybody that's getting into this business, the first connection that they want to make is with somebody that makes websites, does web design. Yeah. Get in there and make a relationship with those people and say, listen, I'm not going to make websites. You do that. I'll find you customers, you find me customers. It's a very good relationship.
Strategic alliance. Yeah,
and I typically give those guys 30% of the first month's revenue from a new client.
Awesome.
And they're very happy with that. That's a 1 month deal. What's that? $1,000 client? Here's $300.
Yeah.
You got them going. Most of the time, people, I really haven't had much fall off. I don't have clients falling away.
No. I mean, as long as you're providing results, why would they want to?
Yeah, they're getting the results, and I'm pretty good at following up. How did I get the clients? Other than that, the clients I got from ranking my site at number 2 for Vancouver SEO.
Awesome. So you get a lot of leads in from that.
I get some leads. I've been getting about 1 a month, and if you're not losing them, they can accumulate. And if you're bringing somebody on board, I've never seen a business any better than SEO. I mean, where else can you go to a client and say, listen, I understand you want to have this result. I can maybe do it for you, but I need at least 4 to 6 months before anything can happen. And if I push it too hard, I could cause a penalty.
Yeah.
So, and then if anything goes wrong, it's 90% of the time it's not you. It's Google changes the deal. I've never seen a business that's got such a built-in comfort zone.
It's because you're a consultant. You're getting paid for your time, essentially. You're the expert, and you're getting paid to basically go in and do what you need to do, and hopefully it works.
Yeah, and if anything, I really just go to people and say, listen, I'm the digital eyes and ears for your business. I'm going to make sure that your website is looking good, it's getting traffic. I'll help you convert some of the traffic. I make sure you rank for the right things. You go ahead and do your business. I'll do my business.
Yeah.
And none of these clients have to know how many other businesses that you're working with. It's irrelevant information.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's no benefit to telling them either.
Mm-hmm.
Other than once you get the portfolio, and then you can prove to people that you can actually rank a site or rank a video.
Yeah.
Once you got that down, it's not that difficult. So for most of my business, I'd say probably 80% of it's referrals and probably 20% of it from ranking in my own city.
Awesome.
I am now starting to work a little bit more on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on some promoted posts. Haven't had a great result on that yet.
Okay.
I have done some Facebook stuff. Again, I haven't had the same level of result. But to be honest, Paul, I haven't gone out there and really worried about it.
Yeah. So when you're going to a new customer that has been referred to you and you start working with them, are you working that in as part of the deal? I'll do it for this price, but I want 3 referrals. Are you doing something like that, or they're just so satisfied with the work that you're giving them that they're just willingly giving you referrals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not really asking a whole lot.
Cool.
It may come up that they may say, oh, so-and-so needs SEO.
Mm-hmm.
Or, hey, why don't you give this guy a call?
Yeah.
And, to be an SEO expert, I look at this business a lot like snowboarding. That if you don't know how to do it, it looks kind of extreme, somewhat radical, going down steep mountains with deep snow, wipeouts, all that kind of stuff. But if you contrast snowboarding to surfing, snowboarding is within a few days you can get it down pat, whereas surfing could take you your whole life and you still may not get it.
Yeah.
Well, SEO is a lot like snowboarding.
Mm-hmm.
It is difficult, but if you can master, 4 or 5 components of that, and then do it over and over again, then you can make yourself a very, very good business out of the deal.
Yeah.
And, I'm like an evangelist for this industry because I see people, I see the SEO industry as the great equalizer. I see a lot of people out there as needing a new direction in their lives. And I don't care if you're 17 years old or you're 69 years old and you're broke.
Yeah.
I don't know another business out there that can actually give you a result.
Yep.
I've spent enough time in internet marketing and that whole side of things, and that's nothing but the odds of making a dime in internet marketing if you're a newbie, it's slim to none.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. But you'll waste a ton of money and you'll waste a ton of time.
Yeah.
If somebody's serious and they want to make, replace an income, and they go and get involved in SEO either through your coaching or some of the other offers that are out there, most everyone I've seen has this huge following of success stories. I'm blown away by the success stories.
Yeah. There's guys doing 300,000 a month, it's insane. There's guys way bigger than me, for sure,
To be honest,
insane numbers.
I make, I feel like I'm a slacker.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just, a small fish in the sea compared to some of these guys out there.
It's true. I mean, these guys in this business that are serious, and a lot of them came into the business just like myself, where they had some management skills or some ownership skills, and they got involved in SEO, and they looked at the industry and they said, are you kidding me? You mean I need to learn this, that, and that, and then once I have that knowledge, I can duplicate it to these incredible levels. I mean, I don't care what business you're in. If you're in the car business and you're the number 1 car salesman and you sell 20 cars in a month, and then the calendar flips over and it's a new month, guess how many cars you've sold that month?
0, right?
None.
Yeah.
Real estate's the same thing. Teak deck, exactly the same thing.
Yeah, we've got the recurring built in. It's awesome.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So for those that have the vision, to see the possibility, and the other great thing about this industry is that, I've never seen a product line that so many people need. And it's not like you're out there selling Mercedes and there's a very narrow band of people that can afford your product.
Right.
if you're in the SEO business, and you know it, I mean, I have clients from $400 a month to $3,500 a month. Some people have clients, you know, 10, 20,000 a month for one client.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have a bunch of clients at $400 a month.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. There's some, you can create a package that provides a solution, you know, to anybody from a tow truck driver to a national pizza chain.
Yeah.
They all need digital services.
That brings up something else that I wanted to ask you. Are you staying niche specific with your SEO? Are you targeting, like, let's say, you don't have to reveal your niche, but like I have some students who go and they just target dentists. Are you doing that, or are you going multiple different niches?
No, I'm multiple different niches, but I'm starting to specialize in real estate and mortgage.
Okay.
And this is one of my long-term strategies, is to be, you know, the go-to guy in the real estate and mortgage industry when it comes to digital. Just because I've got really good results for that industry. But no, by no means am I niche specific. I have a software company. I have a lawyer in Israel. I have another company offering services in London, England. I have a guy in California. I don't know, pretty much worldwide.
Yeah, that's awesome. I get a lot of new students coming in, and they say, "Well, I can't do this because I live in X, and the market over here sucks. So what do I do?"
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, because you can target anywhere you want.
Absolutely.
If the market is bad in your area, then you go elsewhere. That's the beauty of it. And I actually prefer to work elsewhere, because then you don't have clients asking to meet with you. You know, it's an easy out of a meeting. You know, if you start working with someone who's 10 miles down the road, you know, those are the kind of people who are calling you up and they want you to come in and, you know, meet with them and pick up your check. And I don't like that.
I know. I have that. I have a new client, an insurance guy, a referral. Nice guy, $1,000 a month. And, you know, I've got to actually go meet with him tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's a weird thing for me,
Mm-hmm.
to actually go see somebody in person.
Well, we're used to hiding behind our computer. You know, we got into internet marketing and stuff to stay behind the computer. So when we have to go out of our shell, it's like,
And not only that, I've never seen an industry. If I were to count the amount of phone calls that I have to deal with in a week, you know, with 15 clients, I say to people that I have 15 clients, well, you must be swamped. I don't think I get 2 phone calls a week.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I mean, I go weeks without an inbound phone call.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I'm the same way. I've scaled to a point where I really don't want to take on many more clients, because I don't want to have to like have such huge overhead. And
yeah.
I grew up in the heating and cooling company, so I saw what it was like to have to micromanage a bunch of employees and stuff like that, and the kind of overhead that entails. And for me, I just learned that I didn't want that very early on. So, you know, it's all what you want. I mean, if you want a huge agency with hundreds of employees, you can have it. You know, it's definitely obtainable in this niche. But
yeah, and for me, my goal realistically is, you know, 25, 30,000 a month. If I could put 25 in my pocket and run my show, like my days, as I say, I've done the internet marketing, I've done network marketing. People say, oh, that's a great business, you know, you get to control your life. Oh, that's bull. You know, you're out there on the phone all day long talking to other people, going to meetings in hotels, meetings in people's homes. You're hitting it hard. You know, this business, I literally work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. But I space that out. If I want to get up late in the morning, you know, if my wife's not working or someone want to relax, go on a bike ride, I can do that.
Yeah.
You know, I want to go swimming in the afternoon, I can do that. So I know what you mean. I mean, I could easily be where I was before with 25 employees. But, you know, what do you get at the end of the day? I mean, I had a $2 million company, but I might have made 5% profit. That's normal.
Yeah.
That's $100,000 in profit. And most businesses, what do they do with their profit? They reinvest it.
Yeah.
What are you going to reinvest your profit in this business? What are you going to reinvest in it for? How many PBNs do you realistically need?
Yeah.
So, you know, for me, it's very much a lifestyle.
Yep.
And for people, I mean, I am just blown away by people that, if they don't see what this industry has to offer and grab it and go for it.
Yeah.
And even, you know, even when I remember when I did the coaching with you, and I thought, oh God, I don't have $1,000. How am I going to do that? I didn't even have a credit card after the bankruptcy and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, you allowed me to do it over a 6-week period. Most places have some kind of a plan, but I mean, even $1,000 to get involved and get enough basic knowledge to go out there. Even if I hadn't done anything else, even with your coaching course alone, I bet I could easily be making 10 grand a month, no problem.
Awesome.
So just doing what was in that course. Forget about anything else.
Yeah.
You know, and where else can you do that?
Yeah.
And so where else can you have? What's a startup cost for this industry? It's nothing. Most of the good SEO guys and the good websites, they have so much free information out there because they want you to get clients, because they know once you get some cash flow, you know, you're going to start reinvesting in the tools.
Exactly.
And they're going to get their payoff.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what I do now is I take what I'm doing in my local business and I reinvest in, you know, developing softwares and stuff like that, because that's stuff that I really enjoy doing a lot. So, you know, you can really take this business and grow it to do whatever you want. You know, we're expanding into doing Amazon and stuff like that too. And, you know, just there's all kinds of other things that you can go to once you have, you know, a nice income coming in.
Yeah, and really, you know, this level of skill with the SEO, there's not a business out there in the world that couldn't benefit. And not even a business, but even if you're a government organization or a nonprofit agency, anything like that. I mean, you've got client SEO, you've got affiliate marketing, you've got Amazon, you've got, you know, YouTube marketing, I mean, email marketing. Every single bit of it is going to be enhanced by the knowledge.
Yeah.
When you have the knowledge, when you can actually be able to go and rank a site, rank a video, that's pure power. I mean, people will pay for that. And so if you can become, you know, people say to me, what do you do? Well, I'm a digital real estate consultant, you know, or I'm a web traffic analysis strategist.
Yeah, I like that.
You know, I don't really say SEO that much anymore, just because it's not just about...
It's about results, the results you bring them.
Yeah,
know?
It's just about knowing how to get that. And, you know, I think the timing, I don't think there'll ever be the timing as good as in this 5-year window, where right now all these other forms of marketing that used to be available to local businesses, they're gone.
Yeah.
I mean, the yellow pages will be gone within probably a few years.
It's useless now anyways. Everyone I talk to spends money on it. They just total negative ROI for the most part.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Google hates yellow pages. Eventually, and their sales are dropping at 20% per year.
Yep.
So, you know, within 5-6 years, there'll be nothing left.
And I will say they're our biggest competitor too. And it's a good thing because they're doing an awful job. They get none of their clients' results. So if you simply made you know, a career out of going after their customers who are paying them, you'll win every time.
No, a new person could sit there and, you know, I don't have time for any of this anymore. I just sort of respond when a lead comes in, and then, you know, my conversions are pretty high. But if I were a new person, you're right. You could sit there with, you know, some basic coaching skills, and then sit there and just go through the Yellow Page directory and just contact people.
Yeah.
For me, it's always about ROI.
Yep.
You know, if you're going to pay me $2,000 a month, but I get you business worth $2,001, you're not paying $2,000 for me.
Right.
You just earned $1. So being able to, I find that one of the things that's very, very important is being able to prove to people that they are getting value from you.
Yeah. So you use call tracking and stuff like that, I'm assuming?
I don't do a whole lot of that side of things at all.
No? Okay.
You know, I don't do a lot of call tracking. I don't do the same kind of stuff as you do, only in the sense that I tend to have more national clients.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a lot of local stuff, and I don't have a lot
when
of...
you say results, then to prove that, you know, you're doing what you say, or are you doing that in the form of ranking, or they can just they just see a difference?
Well, for one, it's traffic.
Oh,
you
traffic.
know,
Okay.
You know, you've got to be able to prove to them that as their rankings go up, the traffic goes up.
Yeah.
And my main thing is to monetize what is that traffic worth. And if they can get that from a third-party source like SEMrush, you know, we'll say, okay, you know, when we started your program, you were getting $100 worth of organic SEO traffic. Well, today you're getting $1,800 a month.
Yeah.
You pay me $1,000, that's almost a 2-to-1 ROI.
And you can, I mean, for those out there who don't have SEMrush, you can just use like the free keyword tool, and you can total up the cost per click column, and you can basically figure that out too, using the average monthly searches and take averages of what keywords they're ranking for, and
Absolutely.
basically grab the similar number, So
Yeah, that's a good point, Paul. I mean, I don't chase any keywords that don't have CPCs against them, cost per clicks, because if I rank a client number one for bird feeders Vancouver, and no one's willing to pay Google for that ad word, then I don't have the ability to create an ROI.
Yeah, and I mean SEMrush kind of automates that process for you.
Yeah, there's SEMrush, there's SpyFu, there's a bunch.
SpyFu is cool. I like that one too.
That you can take, and all you have to do is pop in the URL, and you can have a monthly report to the client.
Yep.
And they can see that. So I think that's important. I mean, I am getting to the point though where I'm starting to consider other options too, because it's one thing if someone pays you $1,000 a month to rank them, or $2,000 to rank them, but then if they want to get a lead out of that, then it's conversion optimization.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a different story. So that's another area where you can go and have an upsell. And there's lots of areas for a new person, if they just get a client, they rank them for a set of keywords, but then you can also sell them social media services. You can, you can do the conversion optimization. You can sell them leads.
We end up doing that a lot. We end up, getting a client, and we're kind of their all-in-one solution, where we end up doing multiple things for them too. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, heck, you can just make them a YouTube video. It's so easy to do. I get them done on Fiverr for $5.
Yeah, we do that too. We use Animoto a lot too. That's a good one.
I don't even have the time to do the Animotos anymore. I can't be bothered. I'll just go in and pay the guys on Fiverr $15, and they do the pictures, they do the music.
Yeah,
with my time to try to do that.
Fiverr's amazing. How much you can get out of it.
Yeah, Fiverr, people per hour. I mean, there's so many tools out there, and that's another good point too. Is that I think that in the last year, there's the level of SEO outsourcing available for a brand new person. Yeah. If they know where to go, they don't have to go out and create the big PBN.
Right.
Right. I mean, that's a lot of work. It's a lot of money. It's a lot like being a farmer, where you've got to continually tend the fields.
Yeah, definitely. It's a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, I mean, there's some amazing places where you can go, and I forget the name of it, but one recently I was at, just every possible link that you can rent on a monthly basis. PR6, DA50s, niche specific.
Yeah.
You got a client, and you can get just a powerhouse link for $10 to $30 a month if they're a local client.
Yeah. I
mean, realistically, a local client's not going to need any more than 5 to 15.
And there's lots of Facebook groups out there too, where you can actually, rent links from people and stuff too. If you just go in and type in, PBN, you'll find tons and tons of groups too.
Absolutely, and a PBN link rental, $5, $10 a month. I mean, and you're going to get a pretty good link.
Yeah.
On that. I mean, I could do it a lot of times. I've got this guy that he's awesome links for $5 a month, and I could get a new client for $1,000 and order up 20 links and just be done with it.
Yeah, I personally don't do that these days because I have my own network, but if I were just starting off, that'd be a great option. I would probably recommend just putting it through like a buffer URL first, so that you can control it in case any penalties were to come on their site.
Right. Yeah. No, I have my own PBN now, and I've certainly learned a lot about it. I've got about 100 active sites.
Nice.
And I'm pretty careful on those sites, make sure they're really good, make sure they're monitored. And I want to have that because that's my power. I want to have the ability to control it.
I think it's one of the best assets you can have as an SEO, is that PBN.
Yeah, and the thing is, Paul, I've been experimenting a lot lately on, what is the best way to build out a PBN. I do a lot of auctions on PBNs, but I don't like to buy things for much higher than $100.
Yeah.
And, lately, my last 50 that I've put on board, my average price per PBN is maybe $45 to $50.
Nice. That's really cheap.
That includes the 1-year domain.
That's awesome.
Yeah, or name.
Yeah, I mean, if you're good at finding them and you spend some time doing it, you can really find some really killer deals. I mean, I've picked up domains way cheaper than that even, but you just have to be good at digging and finding, good metrics and stuff. So
You got to know links. You got to understand that angle of it. But again, it's not anything that you need to go to university for 3 or 4 years for.
oh, I mean, that's what's great about this is, I mean, you can either get started for free on YouTube, you can buy a course like mine or from someone else, and you're going to get much greater ROI than if you spend 4 years going to college, I would say, in 99% of the cases.
Well, it's true. My son's just gone to university, and I had him doing some Fiverr gigs for me and making some money, understanding that. And for him, that's a perfect fallback. I talk to a lot of his friends that don't know what they're going to do. I say, you guys, you need to get involved in this business.
Yeah.
Because within 2 years, you could. I mean, anyone with any level of intelligence and drive,
Yeah.
can get to 5 figures a month within a year.
That's what it is. It's all about drive, It's
Yeah.
it's taking action and not being afraid to make mistakes, because the worst that happens is you make a mistake, and even if you have to give the client a refund, I mean, at least you tried, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I mean, really, Paul, what's the average person make? I mean, in Canada, it's maybe 4,000 a month is average, and then out of that, you're going to be taxed $1,000. So, realistically, most people, if they can make 3,000 a month doing SEO, that's the equivalent of a full-time job.
Right, and
So,
that's easily obtainable.
I mean, I don't know what is wrong with people, that don't just grab a hold of this. I almost feel like grabbing people by the neck saying, what is wrong with you?
Well, I'm hoping that's what this interview will inspire, is people who are coming in and they're afraid of what steps to take next and actually doing it. A lot of people are afraid to overcome the technical challenges that come with it, but you just have to do it, and I think you're just, living proof, and I'm living proof too, but I think it's awesome to just bring in other people too, to show, my customers that there's other people out there who are doing this and who, maybe started in the same position that they're starting off at, maybe even worse, I mean, you went through a bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just anyone can do it. You just have to have the drive. So,
yeah, and it's, from the technical side of things, it's not that bad.
No.
I mean, it's really not that bad.
It's like anything. It's practice.
It's the cool. Degree of difficulty is not anything even as close to being, as you say in your industry, an HVAC repairman. Now, that's difficult.
Yeah.
Right? I've
Absolutely.
got friends that are HVAC guys, and I mean, that's so technical what they have to understand. And they have to deal with massive problems with warranties and rework and all kinds of issues that just aren't present. What's the worst thing that can happen in the SEO business? Even if you have a PBN, you get a bunch of your sites de-indexed. You throw them over your shoulder and you go buy new ones, right?
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean, think about this too, Paul. I mean, even with the way that the Google link velocity is set up right now, the period for the links to roll through, it's so long now that even if something bad happens, like you lose a bunch of your sites, which I had happen.
Yeah. You have time to recover from it.
Call the client and say, hey, the freezer that I set for you that had 50 grand worth of steaks just melted.
Yeah.
I don't even tell them.
Yeah.
Because I know I've got a couple of months to take down those links, put up new ones, and then by the time that happens, so there's not a lot of bad news for the clients.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of risk for you as the SEO. I guess the main risk is if you do something really stupid and you get your client site penalized.
Well, yeah,
but there's no excuse for that.
Yeah. Yep. Well, I mean, as long as you follow good, linking strategies, good on-page optimization, good content, you're going to be fine. So
yeah, Google tells you what they want.
Yep. And then a lot of people like to overcomplicate it. Like it's very systematic. Exactly what you should do. There's no secret. There's nothing that isn't already revealed. A lot of people tell me that too. Like, no one really knows what Google wants. Yes, we do. It's very clear. It's very cut and dry.
It's clear as day what they want.
Yeah.
And with all these latest changes, it becomes even more obvious that what they want is a good link.
Yeah.
From a trusted site pointed at your site.
Yeah.
And they don't require a lot of those links in order to rank.
especially with local, because your competition is basically non-existent. It's very, very slim to none.
Yeah, local stuff is even easier.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the local stuff.
It's almost ridiculous how easy it is.
Yeah, it's true. For anybody starting out, they have to know local, because the stuff that I learned with you with the 7-pack at the time, and the map stuff and the reviews, that stuff's critical.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to know that. And the whole Google Maps rankings, I mean, let's face it, they mimic organic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it's and the amount of people vying for tow truck in their town, or HVAC, or emergency water repair, locksmith, any of these things, cleaning. It's not that bad. I mean, when I have done local clients, treating them like national clients. I've got an insurance guy in Mississauga, and when I started him out, he didn't rank for anything.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I just started pointing links at him, and I probably went fairly hard, 25, 30, plus press releases, plus citations, plus reviews, plus. Yeah. He's got 30 number one rankings now.
Nice. Awesome.
So, what do I have to do now?
Collect the check.
I don't even have to do that.
No. collect the money at the bank.
I mean, I don't care what business you're in. I mean, even if you're in a business where you have recurring monthly income, if you set them up on PayPal and it just rolls through every month, it's cool. Every day or two, money dropped into your account. Where else are you going to get that without chasing people?
Yep, exactly.
I mean, give me a break. I mean, there's nothing comparable.
Yep.
To this industry on a variety of fronts. So my only regret with SEO, if I ever had a regret, was I didn't learn about it earlier.
I was going to ask you that, so
that's
I'm glad
it.
you brought that up.
I mean, but I guess I'm sort of at the other end of the scale at the 55. There's a lot of people like me out there, and I see it all the time. I mean, I'm probably your dad's age or something like that. If you're in 50 plus or even 40 plus, give your head a shake, because no one's going to hire you.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. And if you do, it's going to be some crappy jobs. You've got to find a way to make it happen on your own.
Yeah.
And, for a lot of people, this is the kind of business that if they got going, they had a few clients, you could travel the world. You could, even to make $5,000 a month, right into your 70s, it wouldn't be that difficult to do.
No. Absolutely. And we've had lots of other students do it too. So
yeah, I mean, I see people in, sort of my age and above, like why they would even attempt to go out there and try to get a job to get paid X amount per month and commute, have to wear the clothes, all that stuff. I mean, this, I guess for me, once I discovered this, the light bulb went on and I just really focused heavily.
Awesome.
On a result.
So we'll go ahead and wrap things up, but as we kind of leave, what is like one tip that you would give to new people starting off, who are just stepping into this and they're just getting started? What's kind of one thing you'd leave them with?
Well, what I would suggest is don't waste too much time learning. When you get started, maybe give yourself a couple weeks in the beginning. And then I was always very diligent with my time, and I would only allow myself 2 hours per day of training or looking at webinars or anything like that. And then the other time had to be spent trying to find some business.
Yeah, that's great advice.
Yeah, I see that too often with people that they just, it's paralysis by analysis.
Yeah.
They just sit there and they go, oh, I got to know this, I got to know that, I need to be on this webinar. That's not true at all. It's
stuff you figure out as you go along. You run into a problem and you think, how can I solve this problem? Let me go look this up. And you figure it out.
Yeah, and I also think it's really worth the money to get a coach. I had you in the beginning. I got another guy now. He's a 6-figure per month dude. He's been there, done that with larger agency stuff. And, I just check in with him. We spend an hour every 2 weeks. And, I can go through the clients with him, and he's got an insight.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think when you're trying to do it on your own, sometimes another set of eyeballs on the same problem can produce a result. So Those are the
Absolutely.
two things I would say. Number one, limit your learning time, and number two, get a coach to help guide you through your first year.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. Thanks so much. It's been awesome, and I'm just really happy to hear of what you've done with your business in the past year. It's just phenomenal, man. Keep
Well,
up the good work.
well. Let me know if I can help you on anything else, Paul.
Awesome. Thanks a lot. Have a good one.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.